Little update. It's the next day after I posted the video of the car being fixed, which is Friday. So I just posted that video this morning, and I'm in my garage, my air-conditioned garage. Car is sitting up high, and normally I would come in and it'd be sitting down on the ground. So yeah, it's sitting up nice and pretty. Didn't leak any air. You know, normally, check this out. You can see where the Spirit of Ecstasy, normally it's underneath that shelf, usually, but you can see it's higher than the shelf. So that's telling me that it's sitting up higher. Now I did have it on lift actually. So if I take it off a lift, it should drop it down a bit. But yeah, I'm happy. It's clearly not leaking any air, or if it is leaking air, the air compressor's coming on and keeping it up. So very happy with that. Okay, so this door is locking. I just had to go unlock it. So this door has been locking. It's not supposed to be locking. I had to rig the door close module. So funny story, I was leaving the shop last night and I'm like, oh, okay, car's fixed. I start to take off and the brakes slam. Chimes go off, door open, emergency parking brake. So apparently, if it thinks the rear door is open, it won't let you drive. It will slam on the brakes for you. Every time I press the gas, the brakes slammed. And there was like grinding. I was like, what the hell? So I had to go back, pull the module out of the door, the closer, and I just wrapped some tape around it to make it think it's closed. So now it thinks the door is closed. I've been shopping for some of these modules, new from this other parts house. They're like $550. I found some on eBay for like $15. Who knows what kind of condition they're in. Apparently some of the other BMW models do use the same box. I'm gonna maybe try to take this box apart, maybe clean it, check the solder connections on it, see if it's got a full connection on it. This air conditioner keeps coming on and off. Stop it. All right. And see if I can get this door fixed, because what's happening with it is every time I start the car and take off, it's automatically locking for some reason. And I don't know why it's doing that, because the other doors don't do that. It doesn't have an auto lock feature like a lot of cars do, where you get going 15 miles an hour and the door is automatically locked. Doesn't do that on this car, but this door is doing it. So every time I get going, this door is locking, and it must be doing that because maybe the module thinks it's on child lock, or some signal is telling this door that there's a problem. And I got to figure out what that is. But the problem is because the car is so interested in what the doors are doing, right? The car really cares about the doors. If the door's open, it doesn't want you driving. If the door's locked or not locked, or the window or the airbag, any of those things. See, on the front doors, what they've done is they put an airbag into this area here. It says airbag right there. And then you also have an airbag that's actually below this area here. So an airbag shoots up this way and up this way as a curtain. On the rear doors, they didn't put the airbag here. They put it up along the pillar and it comes down. So on this door, the airbag goes up. On this door, the airbag goes down. And so they're all daisy chained together, and there's just so much information happening through all the doors, because for safety issues, the car wants to know that the door is closed, that your airbag is going to work, that the child locks are working or not working, the window is up or down, all of these different functions, and those things are really important to the safety of the car. The thing is these things are annoying me right now, but there may not be a better car to be in when you get in a wreck. I mean, if you were going to be in a wreck, this is a car to be in. You're going to get out of this car safely. I saw a video one time of some like cannonballers or something who, I think they rolled one of these things and they got out laughing about it. This car is a tank. I would feel very safe in this car if I got into a regular fender bender. I don't think you'd be hurt. There's a lot of airbags and just a lot of protection. And all that protection comes at a price. The price is you're going to be messing with modules if you have a problem. So, anyway, next morning, car's sitting up on its nice aired up bags, very happy. Drove it home last night with the new control arms, sway bar links, the new shocks. It was so tight and firm. No rattles, no noise, and just a great riding car. Unbelievable. The miles aren't coming off, Ferris. Huh. Your stethoscope. Doctor? So the other Rolls, not that one, this one, has been making a ticking sound. But it's not doing it right now. It's not under load.
I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I hear it rattling. That's probably good. Yeah, I could hear it. It was like a clock.
Yeah.
And I could tell that it wasn't like the tire because it was too fast of a click at slow speeds. See, I was thinking it might be like a flex disc or or maybe a CV joint.
Yeah, you can hear all the bearings.
But it's right, dude. You could feel it.
Yeah.
When it was on that stand.
Yeah, you don't really need the stethoscope, but I can hear all the bearings are good.
Yeah, it's not a grind. It's like a thud, a knock. Now I do hear not a grind, but you can hear this moving in here. And beware of this flex plate up here spinning.
Yeah.
Maybe another leftover tragedy from the burnout.
That's what he was thinking.
Don't ever do a burnout in your Rolls-Royce. All right, has anyone pulled one of these and checked to see if there's any oil?
Not yet.
Because, like, I mean, I guess this is just exhaust or road grind.
Yeah,
but
I think it's blown back from the front.
dude, feel that thing. It's popping, dude.
Yeah.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
Yeah, man,
Bonk.
it transferred all of that through that stand.
Dude, I could. It's thudding hard. It's like somebody.
Let
Wow.
me out.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, unless we lost a tooth,
Yeah, that's what maybe. Or chipped
that's what
one.
it sounds like. We
Yeah.
chipped a tooth or something. But I say we check the fluid. Maybe you could crawl up there and turn it off without lowering it. I mean, we clearly know it's coming from the rear end. That's all, there it is. Always something. I've noticed this thing was making a little thuddy thud noise, and also the oil leak is pretty prominent as well. We got to fix that. So before we sell the car, we're going to make it right. Everything's going to be good on the car. I'm not going to give somebody a junker. They're going to get a car when I sell the car that's going to have new brakes, new control arms, new bushings. We're going to fix all these problems. Unless somebody wants to take the car for a little bit of a discount, we give them that, and they can fix the oil leak and some of these other things themselves if they're confident in doing it. As a mechanic special, because I'm going to have to put money into fixing it. That money's going to have to be returned in the sale. So most people will just want, a trouble-free experience with the car. But any car, especially a luxury car, when you get up into you start getting up into the 80,000 mile territory on a luxury car, these are just some maintenance things that you're going to have to do. Could be that we have to rebuild the rear end or replace it, and that may be a big deal, may not be a big deal. We're gonna find out. Moving back over to this thing while that's being worked on. Strangely enough, it did not do the chimes today. It's intermittent. It didn't do the problem it was giving earlier. So that's intermittent. It's making me wonder what to do. I was going to take the car out tonight because tonight's the first night the bars are open. So I was going to go out. I was going to put the door panel back together. Although I'm tempted to pull that box out and check the connections on it, clean it, solder it maybe. I don't know, what do you think?
Maybe, yeah.
It wasn't doing the blingy bling problem.
Huh.
And I don't know, I think it's a module issue because the door is locking itself and it shouldn't be locking itself. Well, like, it's the only door doing it. The rest of the doors aren't doing it. Hi. The rest of the doors aren't locking themselves. This one is. But it didn't do it this time. This time. Now these boxes are really easy to open. So I was thinking about opening the box, spraying some deoxit on it, cleaning the contacts, checking the solder joints. I think I'll do that. I'll pull this board out and it looks like it's coated. They have lacquered it to prevent it from getting cruddy. There's a little tarnishing on these screws here. So I don't know if resoldering it or cleaning it's going to make a difference. It could be, you know, they've lacquered the board to protect it. So I'm not seeing any obvious corrosion issues. Okay, now. Let's see what happens. I don't have my seatbelt on, but. It didn't chime. It's not chiming. Come to a complete stop. Proceed. No chime. Complete stop. Turn signal. Proceed. No chime. It's working. It's working. It's not giving me the fault error. Now, either I've fixed it or it's intermittent. Now, you and I both know I'm going to put the door panel back on. I'm going to take off and it's going to go bling. Right now, the door panel is off. The modules are connected and hanging there, but it's not blinging. So, like, I'm happy, but I'm also apprehensive because I didn't really fix anything. I did clean the connectors, okay, and maybe that's all it needed. Now here's the question: did it lock itself? See, that's how I always know. See, this door unlocked, right? This door unlocked. It did not lock itself. That means it didn't malfunction. Look at me, I'm Chris Fix. Well, put the door back together, and we had to leave this off because the little grommet that holds it in down here was broken off. So just have to leave it off for now. No big deal. Got it cleaned up. Got the lights working. It's probably hard to see them. But there's a light that runs underneath each one of these door panels, and then a light here, and then a light that shines down below. It's too bright out here, but it's all working. Air conditioner kicking. So hopefully, I'm gonna find out if this thing is. I'm scared. Moment of truth. Put it in gear. If I hear the door lock when I drive away, I know it's gonna chime. All right, quick update. After I had an aneurysm, I stopped the car. I put it in park. I locked the doors, I unlocked the doors. I went out there, I opened the back door, and quite frankly, I just slammed the shit out of it. I thought maybe it's just not closing all the way. And I drove away and it didn't chime. So maybe it just needs a striker adjustment. And it's not closing all the way enough to satisfy it. And when you drive away, it checks to see how closed it is and realizes that it isn't closed enough and then freaks out the solenoid. Let's find out. Let's see what happens. Didn't chime! It didn't chime! I think we're onto something.
Hello, this is Weird Al Yankovic, and you're watching Videobob. Aren't you?